Welcome back. So today we are going to be discussing the idea of characterization. So we're going to be talking about how a author builds their characters. So it's called characterization, and there's two main types of characterization. And I will warn you that for the most part, all the way through my class, I want you to be able to identify direct characterization, but the big one is indirect, because that's really the big way that it's built, and it's the subtle ways that it's built. So we're definitely going to be taking notes over it, and then what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be using these notes in our short story, Cell 1, okay, in 8th grade, and then it is the mustache in 7th grade. So we're going to be using the idea of characterization and identifying the different kinds with our characters in those two stories. So you definitely need to understand the ways that a character is built. Okay? So once again, interactive notebook. Pull it out, get out your table of contents, label it as characterization. Make sure you spell that right. Look at the title of the video. And then go to those 2 pages in your ISN, make sure you put today's date, label it as characterization, and then get ready to take some notes. Okay, time for some characterization notes. These are the 2 foldables you're going to need today. Once again, they could be a completely different color. They should say characterization on the back, both of them, okay? One should say direct characterization and one should say indirect characterization. Here we go. These are very nice and simple. You're just going to cut up here. I am going to tell you that really today, for the most part, you're not going to be writing a lot of stuff down. I'm going to be talking you through this. We're going to be underlining some things on here. And then when we get to our story, we will be looking at all of these things within our story. So if you noticed, I just flapped all of those little ones. Okay. So leave yourself a little room at the top. Oh, make sure you guys should already have, because I told you to do this in the intro, you guys should have a date, and it should say characterization, and you should have a page number up here too. Okay, so leave yourself a little room. So I like to put my lower one down first. So if you notice, I just like to leave a couple of things here. Characterization. Okay, so characterization is how an author creates a character. Okay, this is extremely important to know because it's how we have to also look at characters. If we understand how the characters have been created by the author, then it's a little bit easier for us to analyze those characters. Okay, so there are 2 different kinds of characterization. There's direct characterization, and direct characterization tells the audience what the personality of the character is. Okay. So, for example, Mrs. Wheaton's calm, encouraging demeanor created a safe and comfortable learning environment. So that's the sentence. Well, calm and encouraging are personality traits that are determined through direct characterization. Here's the big thing. It tells us. Okay? This is one of those where you are not going to hunt for what the character is like. Physical characteristics. This is obviously what they look like. Okay? So this is the hair color. How are they built? Eye color. How long is their hair? How tall are they? Are they skinny? Are they broad? Things like that. So just what they look like. Emotional characteristics are their emotions. Okay? Everybody's got different emotional characteristics. Okay? I, for one, am very, very often characterized as a very cuddly person. I'm so sweet and warm. Yeah, I would be the opposite. I'm not that person, like my poor kid. I'm not that cuddly mom. Not that I don't love him. It's just, I'm just not, I don't know. That's just not where my emotions go. Just like at the end of the year, 8th grade, you guys are going to ask me if I'm going to cry at graduation. The answer is no. It's just not me. Okay. So this is more emotions. And a lot of times this will be told to us. Some parts of emotions are told to us. Okay. Next one is mental characteristics. Okay. Mental and intellectual. Intellectual is how smart. Mental is how you think. Smart. And these are thoughts. Okay. But these are directly told to us. Okay. Now what we're going to be doing is we're talking about it now, but we are going to be pulling. I'm going to have you guys do this for a character in our text. So we're kind of going over what this all means so that you guys can actually do this page on your own, most likely in class. Okay, so that's direct characterization. Direct characterization is nice and easy. I will tell you, I do not ask you for direct characterization very often because it's there. You learn how to do direct characterization in 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade. Hopefully in 4th and 5th and 6th, they start to pull you away from it. But when we start doing our PO paragraphs and stuff and you start saying stuff, I don't want direct characterization, you guys. Okay? Direct characterization is just pointing at the text, and that's not higher level thinking. Indirect characterization is. So indirect characterization shows. See? How many times have you been told by an English teacher to show, not tell? Okay, so shows things that reveal the personality of a character. Okay? Specifically, indirect characterization can be developed through speech, thought process, effect on other characters, actions, and physical appearance. Using the language of the author, the audience is able to develop their own ideas to who the character is and what he or she has to offer the story. Indirect characterization is inferencing. Okay? This is higher level thinking. So if you are going to tell me that, I know 7th graders, you guys haven't read it yet, but you're going to tell me that Katniss is brave, then you're going to have to, I don't want a piece of direct characterization where someone calls her brave. Okay? I don't want that. I want you to find me an example of how her actions show her being brave, how her thought processes show her being brave. What does she say that shows that she's brave? Is there anything in her appearance that would show that she is brave? So here's some examples, okay? For bravery. Maybe we would look at appearances and you might be able to say the scars, which I don't know if Katniss has any scars. I don't know if there's any description of scars in Hunger Games. I think there are descriptions of those kinds of things in other books. But anything like that, or even just what she's wearing, okay? The fact that she wears boots and a leather jacket, that her hair's always in a braid. Some of that stuff you guys could infer saying, well, people that are brave, we sometimes make it synonymous with bravery with leather. You know, you're going to wear that leather jacket, kind of look a little mean, right? You don't mess with somebody in a leather jacket. Okay, she's carrying around that bow and arrows. Her actions, running towards the cornucopia when she was told not to, kind of brave. Coming off the top of my head, thinking of characters' private thoughts. I have no idea. I'd have to wait. I'd have to be reading to find this one. Same with speech. Okay. But you are basically not going to find things that say that she's brave. You're going to find me stuff that shows that she's brave. Okay. Once again, we'll probably be looking at the exact same character for both direct and indirect. Okay. And then you guys are most likely going to be writing a PO paragraph on this. Okay. So I want you guys are going to now be taking a quick quiz. And really, it's going to be like a 2-question quiz, you guys. I want you guys to be able to describe the difference between indirect and direct characterization. And as long as you can tell me the difference between the two, then we're going to be good. Okay? But I am going to tell you that anytime I ask you to find something about a character, okay, anytime you do that, I want indirect characterization. You're in 7th and 8th grade now, okay? I don't want something I can point to in the novel. I want something that you've had to infer, that you've had to find, that shows it, not tells it, okay? So, going to head on over to Google Classroom. You're going to take a quiz. I'm going to be checking notes tomorrow, and you're going to come in with questions if you have any, okay? See you guys in class. Okay, so that is narrative perspective. So you guys are going to be taking a quiz, and it is more of just definitions. Right now, what I'm wanting is to make sure you've taken notes, that you know what is when I want to start discussing this, that you guys actually know what you guys are talking about. So you guys are going to go to that Google Classroom and go to the quiz over these. I will be checking notes tomorrow, and don't forget, always come into class the next day after taking notes with any questions you might have over these notes. Okay, so go take that quiz, and I will see you in class.